Yo, 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 Harry and Gizmo podcast. You are now tuned in live.
This is the Harry and Gizmo show. Welcome to it.
Yeah, welcome to it. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. We're here. Fucking Harrison, what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. I got some exciting news. My wife and I.
She's pregnant.
No, dude, even better. So, we've been renting apartments for, the last 10 years. We've always been renters. And we live in this little townhome community that I really like. I really like the community we live in. And a house came on the market in our budget. And we put in a bid and they accepted.
They accepted?
Yeah, so next week we should be in escrow. So my wife and I are getting a house, baby boy.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Some future homeowners there, man.
Exactly.
That's nice, dude. What part of town, if you don't mind me asking?
We live over in Henderson.
In Hendo? You want to keep it in Hendo? Huh?
Yeah, we wanted to stay in the same little community that we're in.
Yeah. It's nice over there. Is that part of Henderson considered Hendertucky?
Yeah, I think all Henderson is considered Hendertucky.
It is, huh? Little Hendertucky.
Yeah, I live past Water Street and everything like that.
Yeah.
Dude,
nice area over there.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, gotta fix your camera or something. There's a fucking fly in the room that's bothering the shit out of me right now. But it's okay. He could be in here for this podcast, for this one.
I was just a little zoomed out, and so I didn't like it.
A little zoomed out. That's how I've been fucking seeing lately, dude. I think I need glasses.
For real, you need
feel
glasses?
a little zoomed out all the time. Or maybe it's just the amount of mushrooms I've been taking lately.
Have you been taking mushrooms? I need
out.
some mushrooms from you, doggy.
Oh, yeah, I'll get you some, man.
Yeah. I need some mushrooms.
Little care package.
So we got a house going. It's essentially the same exact one as ours. It just has an extra bedroom for my son, so that's really nice. Yeah, so I don't know. I was telling you about how's your work day today?
Oh, it was cool. Did a lot, got a lot done today. Fucking cleaning, working with weed and fucking, just doing, hard work, dude. But shout out to my coworkers, Jorge and Jose.
Hell yeah. The hose.
The Jose and the Jorge.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out, guys.
You know what somebody told me the other day ago? That I got a Jose cut. Like a Jose haircut.
Like the new one?
This haircut apparently is the fucking Jose.
I've heard of the Edgar.
This is the Jose right here.
But I've never heard of the Jose.
This feels like a Jose or like a Ramirez cut.
I could see like last name Ramirez for sure.
Yeah.
I could see like a
do I look more
Alejandro.
Do I look more Mexican with this cut? You think?
No, I think you look whiter with that.
You think I look whiter?
It's a Kyle cut.
It's Kyle cut. Okay,
yeah,
that's what it's called. Maybe it's Kyle. Maybe to
know.
you guys.
I got that little bit of a fade on the side, but no, my hair grows out quick.
I'd say you got like a Chad or like a Todd cut.
The Todd cut. Todd's fair.
Todd cut.
Fuck
dude.
motherfucker. That Todd. I was telling you about that guy that I had to fire because he was being a baby. He's the biggest fucking baby. His name was Todd. Yeah, fuck that guy. No, today at work, so it was all right, dude, but this has never happened. So we pick people up at Excalibur and we're maybe like 2 minutes away. We're like leaving Excalibur and I see this guy at the very back of the bus, like standing up, patting his pockets. He's all fucking freaking out and shit. And then I'm like, what's going on? And then he comes up and he's like, he raises his hand. He's like, I think I left my phone on the bench. And I was like, all right, we'll turn her, with a smiley on it, like trying not to seem annoyed, but how fucking annoying.
You fucking
retard.
Jackass.
And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, that phone's gone. So, I was like, I'm sure everybody else wouldn't mind if we were doing it for them. So we turn around, we go back, pull back into Excalibur, the fucking phone's gone. So the dude wants to go inside and like run up to security. And of course security doesn't have it or anything like that. And I help him. I'm walking through with them. Motherfucker stiffs me at the end of the day.
He stiffs you?
Yeah, no tip at all. Yeah. I turned around to go help you try and find your fucking phone. I could have just said, sorry, tough shit.
You guys were walking or on the bus?
We were already on the bus.
So
I'm in the beginning
all
of
these people had to wait because of this one guy.
Yeah, we all turned around the bus so we could go back. And then, maybe it took like 10 minutes, 10-minute detour. But like, yeah, dude, we all moved around and I don't know. I did all that and you fucking couldn't even throw me a bone at all. Some fucker.
Dude, if I was you, I'd get back on that bus and like as that guy was walking back to his seat, I'd be like, all right, everybody, on 3, let's say dumbass.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, dumbass. You fucking retard.
You know what I did do is after he got off the bus, I got on the microphone and I was like, normally I would never say anything like this. And I was like, I truly don't expect a tip from anybody. I appreciate it, but I don't expect it. But the guy who we turned around for to fucking find his phone didn't tip me at all. And that's bullshit. And I said that to the
You said that to your whole bus?
Yeah, to everybody else who's on the bus. And they all kind of laughed.
They're like, what a dick.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, fuck that guy. We turned around and he didn't even give a shit.
Yeah,
one
why
time I
burden
turned around
everybody
for
else?
somebody's phone,
Yeah.
and the ladies didn't tip me. That's the second time they found their phone, but that's the second time I've turned around so somebody could get their phone that they forgot, and no tip.
No tip.
Yeah, no, like, hey, I could have said fuck you. No, I'm not turning around.
Damn.
And
yeah, I think if that happens in the future now, you got to tell those people, nah, we can't turn this bus around.
No.
You want to tell that to all these people here if you could get your phone?
Let me take a vote. What I'll do is go, who wants to turn around for this guy?
Yeah.
And then who does it, And
then that guy's looking one way and you're looking at the crowd like, no, don't vote.
Yeah, don't do the fucking...
Yeah.
I'll vent up front to people, like the guys in the very back, and so I just say to the front crowd, it's so funny. I'll go, by the way, since you guys are up front, you get to hear me complain, but how fucking annoying, like I sit there and complain to the people up front so they can hear, so I can vent to somebody. Yeah, dude. The other day, so I work for Tips. This is another little dumb work story, and this has been living in my head, man. I can't stop thinking about this. This motherfucker got me. So he gets off the bus and he hands me a bill and he goes, here's your measly undeserved tip. And it was a $2 bill. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, yeah, it's measly. It's $2. So like, it's like going up to a waitress at the end of the service and saying like, here's your measly undeserved tip and giving her $1 for, $100 service.
I think if you would have just said, here's your undeserved tip, I would have taken it. But him saying, here's your measly undeserved
undeserved is what
hurts.
Undeserved hurt more than measly.
I don't know. Measly hurts for me. Undeserved is like, I don't give a shit. I'm fucking here anyways. I'm working this job. You're gonna pay me regardless.
Well, part of me does
measly is like,
measly. It was double dose, dude. It was a measly tip, $2, measly. That's all you didn't even deserve. You didn't even deserve this. But because the brochure, and you asked for a tip, I'm going to give you the smallest thing imaginable.
Yeah.
And not only am I just going to, most people just give me a couple, you know what I mean? If they're cheap tippers or whatever, they'll just give me a couple bucks to say thank you. They walk away. That's not a big deal. How do you just give me a $2 bill? Whatever. I wouldn't even know it was his because typically I just take it and immediately put it in my pocket. So I didn't know it was a $2 bill. But in retrospect, I should have looked at it, realized it's a $2 bill, and just thrown it right back at hhis face.
Yeah.
And be like, that's undeserved.
Yeah, because
that comment was undeserved, man.
Yeah, you're going to tip and like, you just leave the tip. You don't have to leave a comment.
Yeah, you don't have to be an asshole.
Yeah, because if I was you, I would have been like, yeah, here, take your fucking measly $2 back.
Yeah, I don't need your measly $2.
Yeah, but you know, like I respect, tipping, good service, and even, bad service, I still tip usually, but like I'm not gonna I'll tip like cheaper,
Yeah, you'll tip the bare minimum.
I'll tip the bare minimum, but I'm not gonna fucking leave a comment. If I'm gonna ever leave a comment, it'll probably be on the receipt. It'll be like, you're kind of an asshole.
You were a dick.
You're a dick.
Yeah, something like that. But I don't think I'd personally ever write a note to a server.
I think the one time I ever tripped on a server, I'll say the place too if you guys are listening. It's Downtown Terrace. You ever been there?
No.
Downtown Terrace. It's like on Fremont Street.
Yeah.
And I think they got a great menu, good food and all that shit. But the server we had that day was like dude, she served. I went there with my mom. She, like took our orders, and then I wanted my eggs fucking over easy. She gave me like scrambled eggs. I was like, oh, this is
Totally different.
fucked up. Totally different. I said over easy too, and then I got scrambled. My mom gets her food, and then like the fucking server isn't there like the whole time. You know how usually a server checks in with you
At least once they refill your water, they do
something like that. And then she didn't come back to our table at all. And then the table behind us, their server's fucking on game, on point. I'm like, why don't we fucking get that guy? And I'm never that guy to go to a manager, but that day I went to a fucking manager.
Oh, did you?
I was like, yeah. I went to the hostess. I was like, I need to speak to a manager because this lady gave me fucking scrambled eggs and I ordered over easy, and she hasn't been at our table in like fucking 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me get the manager.
I'm about to dine and dash out of this bitch.
I'm about to dine and I'm going to eat these eggs and go, dude. And then like we got the manager or whatever, some young dude. He's like, oh man, sorry about that. Free mimosas and fucking lunch on me. Like,
well, there you go.
So that was cool.
See, that's how, not that you were asking for anything free, but you just wanted to let the manager know, like, dude, yo, fix this.
Yeah, server
fix this bitch.
And I told them specifically, I was like, yo, this guy behind us, that server's kicking ass. He's doing good at that table. Yeah. Our server, we didn't even see her. That I got the wrong eggs and fucking didn't see her at all the whole time.
Yeah, that shit drives me nuts. Especially when you have to I don't know. See, that's what I was gonna say. Is as a millennial, my wife and I get judged when we go out to restaurants. We will get specifically worse service
because you guys are a younger couple.
Correct, and they don't think that we're gonna tip. And so, and the way I dress, I'm like dressed in like hip, I've been judged by the way I look a couple times by people where they've made comments, like, can you afford, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, no, same here. I know, like, it's almost like, no, you do get judged based on what you wear. I was walking through the fashion show mall with my sister the other day ago, and you know how they have those little kiosks of people that stop you, like, oh, you want to buy this? And we walked around like the whole mall and didn't get stopped once. And my sister's like, how come you didn't think like none of the kiosk people talk to us? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. We probably dressed a little broke.
Yeah, they probably just like
show mall, dude.
Maybe you look like locals or something like that.
Just kind of dressed like in my skate, basically just like skate clothes, fucking pants, of course, and like just a t-shirt and shit.
Yeah, I've been discriminated against where they'll sit us in the shitty part of the restaurant. Get the shitty server.
They're like, they'll put you next to the bathrooms or something.
Next to the other families and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I think you do get judged a lot when you're younger. Like, anytime I step into a bar, still, like, if I step into a bar or, like, one of the bars at the casinos, like, right away I got to show my ID, and then I'm getting looked at weird. Yeah. And I'd be like, can I get a fucking whiskey ginger? And they're like, oh, you know what that is? I'm like, yeah, I know what that fucking is. Just give me a fucking the well whiskey and some ginger ale.
Yeah, that's what I asked for. Like, that's what I ordered, wasn't it?
Yeah, they just judge you because you're young. They're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
no, I totally. I get carded a lot because I have a baby face, so people will kind of judge me for that. But God, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, I get judged because I fucking order a damn IPA at a bar, and they're like, "Do you know what an IPA is? Do you know how to?" Yeah, I've been fucking drinking IPAs for like 5 years already, dude.
I've never had anybody really judge me for what I've ordered because I normally get a tequila orange juice as my cocktail choice. I've never had that issue. I just get carded a lot for having a baby face.
Yeah,
but I've never gotten judged for. No, but I that's what I was going to say. I do understand where the judgment and the discrimination towards millennial comes from in service because I can speak that my generation does not tip. Like, so many times I'll have people who are my age on the bus and they do not tip.
Yeah.
Like, they just I get it. Like, we're just kind of getting by. but they just don't they don't tip.
I think Gen Z's kind of the same too. I don't see we're both from fucking different generations, but I think Gen Z might be a little the same too. But I know a lot of millennials.
You know what they'll do?
That like I'll go out with like a group of like all my older friends, and they don't tip for shit.
You know what they'll do to me is they'll go, "Oh, you got Venmo?" And I go, "Yeah," because they're you were younger guys, we don't carry cash, and then they'll take a picture of my Venmo. I'll pull up the scan thing where if you have Venmo. Scans a QR code, it pulls up Venmo, but they'll take a photo of it. And I know in that moment, if they're taking a photo of the Venmo, they're not sending me fucking shit. You know how many times people have faked me out, been like, oh, what's your Cash App? What's your Venmo? We'll send you something. And then not done it, and they're millennials.
Bro,
it's the biggest piece of shit move ever.
You're an asshole if you're doing that. They're just taking a photo. They act like they're scanning.
They act like they're scanning it. And they just take a photo of it and like they're gonna do it later. It's like, motherfucker, I know you're not gonna do it later.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, dude. I just it was bullshit.
Yeah, I don't really use Venmo because that's for broke people. I use Zelle.
Zelle straight to the bank account, and then you don't have to. Pay tax, pay the convenience fee or anything like that.
Yeah.
Let's take a moment before we continue on, and we're about 15 minutes, and we'll just go ahead and thank our sponsor. Today's episode is sponsored by Zynn World Premium CBD. CBD, baby. We got a CBD sponsorship. Believe it or not, isn't that crazy?
It's pretty crazy. I never thought I'd be sponsored.
Yeah, so Zynn World, ZYNNWORLD.com, ZynnWorld.com is where you can go and get all your CBD needs, from tinctures to balms, stuff for yourself, stuff for your pet. If you're
stuff
feeling
for your fucking feet, stuff for your knees, for your, drop it in your ear if you like.
Your joints.
Your joints. I like to fucking put this CBD on my eyeballs sometimes.
Do an eyeball dropper of CBD.
Do a little eyeball dropper. Start seeing fucking.
Comes in a little vial. The CBD drops. These ones are the cinnamon roll. I like how they taste, but it comes in a little dropper in a vial, and you just squeeze it in your mouth, and bam, you're good to go. Boom. It'll help with symptoms of like anxiety and stress. It's really, CBD is an anti-inflammatory, so that's also where it's going to help you with joint and muscle pains. So if you need a roll-on or a balm or a cream, whatever you want to do, what kind of CBD needs, go to ZynnWorld.com. ZynnWorld.com.
ZynnWorld.com.
Promo code HAGS. That's promo code HAGS. HAGS for Harry and Gizmo Show. One more time, let me spell it. ZYNNWORLD.com. Promo code HAGS. Thank you, Zynn World.
Hell yeah, Zynn World.
All right, so that was that. Dude, got a new tattoo.
Damn,
yesterday.
Bro.
What do you think?
The microphone and fucking the chair, dude.
Microphone and stool. Let me show off the camera.
Stool? Oh, that's a skank.
That's a skanks. I can't fucking. This sucks.
You can't get the good angle. Yeah, all right. Well, Harrison's trying to show you his new tattoo, but he's got a stool. He's got a mic with the mic stand. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, I got that yesterday. My father-in-law's Father's Day present. My wife got me that for Father's Day. How sick!
What? Now you're dedicated to the game.
Dude, I can't quit, man. I'm never gonna quit. I ain't never gonna stop.
I ain't never gonna stop.
While I was waiting for my tattoo appointment, they have this really cool antique shop. Have you ever been antiquing?
I've been in a couple of antique shops in the Arts District.
Yeah, I love antiques, man. My favorites, right? I like glass, right? So, I have my nice rigs, but I started collecting uranium glass. Do you know what that is?
So that's the stuff that fucking Walter White was using, right?
Uranium's, no, I don't know about uranium, but uranium.
It's not meth glass?
No, it's not meth glass. It's like radioactive kind of glass. When you use a black light, it's naturally green, but when you use a black light, it like glows green. Yeah. And so I have a teacup set. I have a couple teacups and saucers and tray teacup sets. I have a cake tray for it. But my dream is to get an ashtray, dude. And so I started collecting ashtrays. Some old glass vintage ashtrays. So yesterday at Goat Feathers in Boulder City, when I was waiting for my tattoo appointment, I went and I found a couple of ashtrays, one from Excalibur, which was sick because that's where my wife and I got married. So I picked that one up. And then they had an old Caesar's Palace one, which was sick. They had like Riviera vintage ashtrays from hotels. I'm gonna go buy more for sure. I'm gonna dig through that box and find some of the sicker ones.
Fuck yeah, that's a cool little hobby, collecting ashtrays.
Yeah,
they have a lot of like.
You got a cool little ashtray right here. This little alien ashtray.
Oh yeah,
and I use them, dude. I use ashtrays, so they're all gonna get used, which is kind of cool part of the collection is to use the collection.
No, I like little novelties and shit like that. I like going to thrift stores and picking up like vintage stuff. I've seen a lot of cool ashtrays. Like, you got to check out the fucking antique shop that's next to Pharmacy.
Oh, okay. Y'all have to go in there and check it out.
It's literally like 3 stores down from Pharmacy. They have like a bunch of cool shit in there, dude. Like,
yeah, dude. If you see there's this on Water Street. There's this gold and silver jewelry store. And in his window outside, he has a display cabinet of a bunch of uranium glass, the green glowing glass that I really love. And he's got like a measuring cup that I really wanted. I thought it was an ashtray, but really it's like a lemon squeezer, but I still kind of wanted it. Anyway, one day I got the courage to go inside and I was like, all right, I'm going to buy it. You know, because it's on display. Why would it be out in his front window if it's not for sale and you're a store? Right. And he goes, oh, that's just my private collection. It's not for sale. And I was really high at the time. So I just like stood there for a second in silence. And then I was like, I'm really disappointed. I was like, that is a big bummer. And I like walked out of the store, but I just like stood there for a second. I was like trying to make him feel bad. It was like, man, you tricked me, dude. I thought this glass was for sale and I was going to buy a bunch of it.
Like I had all this money.
I literally had some money that I was like ready to go buy some glass, but he fucked it up.
Hell yeah. So it's like glow in the uranium glass is glow in the dark.
Yeah. It's from the 1930s.
What?
Yeah. They used to make glass with uranium, but of course it's kind of like it's minusculely radioactive or whatever.
A little radioactive.
But they just use other stuff nowadays to make glass.
No, that would be sick to have like a fucking blacklight dinner. You're just like, eating off all these uranium plates and fucking tripping out and eating a damn mashed potatoes and chicken.
That's the goal is to have, I want a china cabinet, right? You know, where people put all their...
A china cabinet?
You know what china is, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Like fine china, like the dishes and stuff like that.
Yeah, but we got terrorists and beefs with them, so I don't know if we can get China.
It's just called China.
It's just called China? It's not made in China?
No, porcelain. I don't think China is made in China. I could be right. It's called porcelain China, right?
Okay, yeah.
So like, China. But like a china cabinet where they have like glass fronts, you can display all your plates and shit like that. Yeah, I want to get but I'm going to put black lights in it so it all just fucking glows, dude. It looks so sick. It's ghostly. It's very spooky glass is why I like it. I think it's sick looking.
Yeah, spooky glass, man.
So, yeah, I'm getting into ashtrays and spooky glass. So, if anybody watches this and you have an old kind of cool vintage ashtray, you want to send it to me, hit us up. We'll just set up a P.O. box or something like that.
Yeah, his P.O. box is 6969
69th Street.
69th Street, yep.
Yeah, so
area code 69.
Yeah, so we can. I'm eventually getting some more, and I'll bring one over, and
dude, I'll tell you
find one that fits you, man, and I'll give you an ashtray.
Hell yeah, bro, that'll be awesome. But I'll tell you what I'm getting into.
What are you getting into?
The summer vibes, man. You know?
Yeah, it's been a nice little spring, June, but it's been nice.
It's like we're hitting triple digit weather, but I'm tapping in more. I'm getting like some Hawaiian shirts.
Hell yeah.
I'm wearing shorts now. I usually don't wear shorts.
Wearing shorts, man.
Dude, I feel uncomfortable wearing shorts out in public.
You see all my thigh tattoos?
I used to wearing pants.
I got all these thigh tattoos.
You gotta show them off.
And I got to show them off, so I got to wear shorts. That's what I like, wearing shorts, dude. I need to go swim in my pool. We went to my pool, and it was a little too cold still.
It was?
Yeah, yours is heated, huh?
No, totally heated.
Dude, and I feel gas. What?
No, it's not heated.
But it's warm enough, right?
Yeah, it's warm enough. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
See, I was we were out furniture shop. What were we doing? I was telling you. We were at dinner, I think.
Well, no, I
When you
hit
messaged
up
me.
Harrison. I'm like, yo, we're barbecuing, we're swimming. I got, my little nephew here. I think he's like same age as like 1 year. What's your oldest kid?
9.
Oh yeah, they're the same age. My little nephew.
Yeah. They would have loved to play together.
Yeah, so I hit up Harrison. I'm like, yo, man, we're barbecuing, we're swimming, like, come through. And then you said that you're bowling or something.
Oh, we were bowling, dude.
Yeah.
It was genuinely so fun. My
Yeah.
son had never been bowling. He really wanted to go bowling. He saw it in some YouTube video. So we went down to Sunset Station, got a little rift beforehand, and we
Sunset
played 2
is
games.
a cool spot, too. I like Sunset
I
Station.
did one of my best. I bowled a 129 my first game, which for me, I'm garbage, dude. I average like 100 or less. I'm not good at bowling, but I got a 129. We should go bowling. Do you bowl?
I'm down, dude. I kind of suck at it, but I have fun.
I love
playing it.
bowling. It's cheap too, and I have my own ball and my own shoes.
Yeah, I think the beer's cheap there, too.
Yeah, you can get a pitcher of beer for like $10.
Yeah, get a couple pictures so I can.
That's what
bring
I
some
used to
vape
do.
pens.
Is
It'll be fun.
me and my buddy used to go bowling all the time. My coworker, and he didn't drink, but I would buy a pitcher of beer, and in the couple hours that we were there, man, I would down the whole pitcher. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, what's like? How much is a pitcher? Like, it's got to be like a 50 ounce, 60 ounce. Like,
It's
bigger
about
than a 40
it's like
ounce.
4 or 5 beers.
You think it's like 4 or 5 beers?
Yeah, yeah.
A little over a 40 ounce then.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to go, like when I turned 21, I used to go to this place called Gold Spike. You know Gold Spike? Yeah, and they have like a cool, like on the weekends, it's like a club in the back and the bar's always popping. But I remember the cheapest thing to get at the bar was a pitcher of PBR for $10.
Damn, there you go.
So I
Again,
get
it's
a
like 4 beers.
I get
4 or
a
5 beers
pitcher
for $10.
for myself, dude. I'm just carrying a pitcher around the fucking bar. Like, what up?
Dude, that's the way to go. Is single-handed a pitcher. You don't even need a glass. You get a glass. You when you order a pitcher, you always order 2 glasses.
Yeah,
because you want them to think that you're sharing it with somebody else.
Well, that's
but
what
really,
they did at Gold
you're
Spike.
just getting it for yourself.
Yeah, like they gave me like 4 cups. I'm like, oh, I only need like 1 of these, and like I'd pour like 2 beers into like, all right, I poured the beer into 2 cups, like down those 2, and then fucking just start like drinking from the pitcher. Man, I was alcoholic, still a little. Still, I am a little bit.
You're not. I wouldn't consider you an alcoholic. I wouldn't consider you an alcoholic. I'd say that you drink.
Yeah, I just like to have a good time.
Yeah, but like you don't have a problem with it.
No, I don't think there was a moment where, I felt like, I should stop.
The thing
Still
about
been
you
pretty
is
good.
you can have just a couple and then be done.
Yeah.
Whereas like an alcoholic, once they start, they cannot stop until they're blacked out. And you're not like that. You'll have drinks, but it's not like a compulsion of like, yo, I gotta have another drink. I'm having another drink.
No, I think I know how to regulate it. Yeah, like I was at my show last night at the Goat, and then I was like, I'm just gonna have like 3 beers. Like I'll chill at like that, and I was cool with that. I had like 3 beers and started drinking water after. Like I don't need to continue drinking it until I'm blacked out. Like, have I had those nights before? Yeah. And I don't have too many of those nights, so
yeah, you could. Yeah, and an alcoholic wouldn't be able to have just 3 beers and drink water.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that. Don't trip
Thanks,
about that,
man. I've been fucking tripping. I was like, yo, should I get sober for a little bit? But then there's so much shit coming up. I'm like, fuck. There's 4th of July coming up. Shit, it's my grandpa's birthday coming up.
What do you do for 4th of July?
Just fucking blow shit up.
I have some Roman candles I'm going to give you.
I'll take them.
Because I can't do it. My wife won't let me light them off. I have a 5-pack of Roman candles. Pop, pop, pop. Those are so fun. But we go to Oregon, and in Oregon, they are like straight. If they saw somebody shooting Roman candles like in the air, they would go. The cops would be like, try and find this motherfucker who should.
They'd be there in an instant.
Yeah, dude, you can't have no fun up in Oregon when it comes to fireworks. Because they're all like, worried about forest fires and shit like that.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of trees and fucking greenery out there and all kinds of shit.
Yeah,
I think, dude, like on the east side, it's a war zone. Like,
dude,
seriously, bro. Like, well, probably on your side of town too, right? Everybody's popping illegal fireworks and shit. Nobody gives a fuck. Cops really don't care that much.
When we are in town, my favorite view is driving. The last times we were in town for 4th of July, we normally go to Oregon for 4th of July. But the last couple of years that we went out to Boulder City, and then at nighttime when we were done, we'd drive over the hill, and you would just see fucking fireworks, mortars going off all across the city. And they're all illegal. You're not supposed to have mortars.
You're not supposed to have any fucking fireworks that shoot off in the air. Yeah, period. It is a fucking crazy sight to see when you're like just like looking over the city, and it's just the whole sky is lit up.
Yeah, with fire, it's the coolest. It's I love 4th of July, but it's so hot here, so we just go up to Oregon and enjoy we're doing like a camping trip. So
you guys are going back to Oregon again this year?
Yeah, for 4th of July. Yeah.
Damn, that's every year we do it here. My neighbors have like the fucking sickest fireworks, dude. So like my next door neighbors like went to Pahrump, or I forgot where they sell
the Indian reservation.
Yeah, one of those. And then, dude, they were like popping off like 3 hours straight, like the fucking hugest fireworks.
Damn.
I'm like, dude, this is a free show. And we had all like the little. It's like weird how it becomes like a competition with the person next to you. Like, who's got the fucking better fireworks. We had all the small ones and fucking firecrackers and shit.
My father-in-law goes and drops a bunch of money on fireworks, and because I'm the oldest of like, I'm his son-in-law, but like his son is 18. I get to light them all off, which is the fucking most fun.
Damn.
And so I like taking the spinner ones and like lighting them, throwing them up in the air, and they spin down.
Oh, those ones are cool.
Yeah, I like to hold fireworks until I blow my hand up.
No, me too. I hold them with my cock. No, I think it is like it feels like powerful, right? When you're like the only one with the lighter.
Oh yeah, when you're the one, you're like, okay, pick what's next. You get to be like, pick what's next. You pick what's next. I'm gonna light it. All right, stand back, everybody.
Yeah,
and
I remember when I was younger, like the 4th of July is when I was a teenager, and like my mom would be like, who has a lighter? And I'm like, I do. She's like, why the fuck do you have a lighter?
My mom would be the same thing. One time my mom like picked up my wallet and like felt it and felt a condom in there. Oh no. And I was like, I wasn't fucking yet, but she, and she's like, what do you need this for? And I pulled the line. I was like, better to be safe than safe and sorry than,
better be safe than sorry.
Better have it not need it than need it not have it, right, Mom?
No.
And she's like rolled her eyes and got all pissed.
Damn.
Yeah, that's funny. Sorry, sidetrack there.
No, like how young were you when that happened?
I was like 16, 15, 16.
That's a reasonable age to have a fucking condom, dude.
Yeah. What happened was like grew up Mormon. Me and my older brother were best friends. We're 2 years apart, 2 years and a day. We had lived together in the same room our whole lives. So truly best friends, did everything together. And then he went on his mission, and I felt abandoned. Like, you know what I mean? Like he went on his Mormon mission. He was gone for 2 years, and I was just like alone. And so I started hanging out with the bad kids.
You're like, my Mormon friend ranked up. He's on a mission.
I'm a bad boy now.
Yeah, you went down the bad road.
I said, devil, take me into your wings.
Damn.
Dude, last night went to Backstop or Stakeout. Last night I went to Stakeout. Dude, I'm having a good...
Wait, Stakeout was last night? You mean on Thursday night?
Thursday night. Was it Thursday night?
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been taking Thursday night, I went to Stakeout and had a couple of the Rolling Rocks. I love saying it like that. Rolling Rocks.
Rolling Rocks.
I had a couple of Rolling Rocks.
Yeah.
And then I put in $20 in the machine, and I'm playing it. And I was playing for a while. And then I dropped from 7 numbers to 5 numbers, playing a little bit, switching games. Hit a 5 spotter, dude. Won $70.
70 smackaroos
on a 25-cent spin, dude. Damn, dog. Felt good.
Damn.
Hit up Rocky. You know.
You know the biz.
I know the biz.
Damn. Wait. So how much did you put in the machine?
$20.
20.
I walked out. I walked out with 60. Tipped Mike $5 because I was playing a quarter at a time. You know, so that's why I was literally just trying to make it last and sit there and just make it last as long as I could. But I hit a 5 spot, 209 credits at a quarter. Oof. Felt pretty good.
No, that's what I do when I gamble. I try to like make my dollar stretch. I try to make it last. That's why usually I'm playing Buffalo. And like,
I played a little Buffalo last night.
Yeah, because you could play the pennies on Buffalo if you want.
Yeah.
But I'll like fucking be nickel and a dime in it. I'll just be playing like 5 cents, 10 cents.
Yeah, so I'm just the point of this is something shitty's about to happen because life's going good right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
No, we're gonna get an inspection on the house and make sure that nothing's. I was like, make sure the AC unit's good, make sure the water heater's good, so that way we don't have to fucking replace those things as soon as we buy the house.
Yeah, bring a priest in there. Make sure the fucking
there's no ghosts.
Spirits are good.
The spiritos. Do an exorcism of the house before we move in.
Yeah, sage that bitch.
We will. My wife and I like to do that. I think that's
sage?
fun. Yeah, we'll sage a place. Get rid of all that evil spirits and shit.
I feel like weed is a sage in
it
itself.
Is.
Like I'll spark a joint and I'll just fucking wave it around the house.
Walking around. Just
like this is mine. I'm pretty sure this is doing something.
Put a little incense candle burner that is dipped in weed.
Yeah, dip that shit in weed, dude.
Yeah, smoking a weed. Speaking of weed, sorry, I'm enjoying myself on this podcast today.
Oh yeah, Harrison's enjoying himself. He's sparking up some greenery. Shout out my job. I don't want to say the name of my job, but they hooked it up with a nice sample pack. We got some indicas, some sativas, some fucking pre-rolls. They hooked it up, man. Even some like wax. I don't really smoke wax either, but they gave me some wax too.
I'll have to trade you for that wax if you don't do wax.
Yeah, we could probably do some trades.
Yeah, I'll hit you up for that. Yeah, life's going good. I can't complain. I want to sharing all the good news, right? You know, and I wasn't going to talk about it last week, but in 2021, my dad found out that he had a big old brain tumor, and it was the size of his, like a size of my fist, literally, inside his brain right here.
Right.
And they did surgery. They removed it. A couple months later, they found a couple more. They did more surgery, removed those, and then 7 little one pops up. And at that point, they really couldn't do any more surgery. But they found a treatment in San Francisco with a gamma knife and stuff like that. And they went in, and he's tumor-free right now, man.
Damn.
So some good news, man. I'm
happy for you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Happy for my dad. He's a great dude. And so I don't know. I'm excited.
Hell yeah, man. So he's in like some kind of recovery or something right now?
Yeah. He's still got to go back every once in a while to do treatments and follow-ups in San Francisco. I want to go with him one of these times because I love San Francisco. Hit up some open mics while we're hanging out.
Yeah, man. I heard like San Fran's pretty cool.
It used to be really cool. I think it's a little bit shittier now. Like the homeless people have kind of ruined it, just like they've ruined a lot of the West Coast cities.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, my favorite vacation we went to was First Titty was on that San Francisco trip. We talked about this.
What? Yeah, I'm not surprised.
We stayed in Little Japan, which was Little Tokyo, which was sick. Mm-hmm. So we stayed at like this, you know, like nobody spoke English. And I was like, where are we at? And my parents were like, San Francisco. I was like, I feel like we're in another country right now.
Yeah.
And, you know, walked down Little Chinatown, Little Italy. Dude, it was cool. My parents loved to stay in the weirdest little hotels and Airbnbs and stuff like that kind of trip you out a little bit.
So you stayed near Chinatown?
Like a little Tokyo.
Tokyo?
Yeah, like little China. Yeah. Everybody was Japanese.
That's funny. Like imagine every like spot you like go and visit, like every state you fly into, you just stay in the Chinatowns.
Yeah. Dude, I would love to learn Chinese and just hang out in Chinatowns, get the good deals. Yeah, dude, I watched these. There's this guy on YouTube, shout out Xiaoma NYC, and he's this white guy who speaks fluent Mandarin, and he's a polyglot, meaning he can learn like any language. And so his videos is he goes into like a nail salon and they're talking shit, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, you think that color's dumb?" And then they're like, "Oh fuck, no, what did you say? We've been talking shit this whole time, you know." So
Damn.
he pulls that shit on people, which I think
it's
is
those
pretty
videos
funny.
on YouTube.
Yeah, Xiaoma.
Xiaoma.
It's like XYOMANYC. Xiaoma. He's pretty good.
I want to write. That sounds funny. I got to see that later.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking about this. A drug. No, it's a stupid bit. A drug dog that. Never mind. I can't even remember.
A drug dog that sniffed the wrong bag.
Yeah, dude. I had it's in my phone, but my phone's is one of our cameras, so I can't remember right now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, just collecting. Start collecting. So I got to start getting packed and moved. I might have to hit you up to help.
Oh yeah, I'll come through and
I'll pay. And I'll pay you. I'll pay you, not in just pizza or beer or whatever. I'll hook you up with some Modelo's, and then we'll get you some electrolytes.
Yeah, some Modelo's would be cool.
We'll get you some Modelo's.
Pizza would be awesome.
And like $20-$40 or something like that.
I'm always down with pizza, man.
And then we'll have you help me. Because the nice thing is, it's only like our house. It's like half a block, like literally.
Is it in the same neighborhood?
Same exact neighborhood.
What? So you guys just found one in that area that was just for sale?
Dude, Wednesday it popped up on the market. And then we found a similar one that was a little bit older, not as updated, but around $20,000 cheaper. You know what I mean? So we got a better deal on that one. But it's the same exact house, same exact layout, because they're all townhouses. So, and it's very similar to the one we have now. So it's pretty sick.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to tell you about bowling. Took my kids bowling. Dude, my son had he's only 3 years old. He had such a fucking blast, man. It was so cool.
Did you have the little bumpers up for him?
We didn't use bumpers, but we did the rail. Then my daughter actually did just as good without bumpers. I was really fucking proud of her, dude. She didn't use bumpers. She's 9.
The rail and bumpers not? I thought that's the same thing. The side things. Right?
The rail, what I'm talking about is like it's a little ramp for kids where you kind of line it up. You put the ball on the top and then you push it and it goes down this.
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, where they put it on top and they just fucking.
Yeah. So my kids were doing. My daughter was hucking it. And she didn't hit too many gutters, and then my son was rolling it down the ramp, dude. The second game, the first game I did 129. We already talked about. Sorry, we're looping back around. The second game I did just as good as my son with the ramp, dude. It was so bad.
Damn, your son was killing it, or
what?
what?
That was the little Lebowski, dude. I was just eating shit.
Little Lebowski, bro. Damn, we gotta go bowling, dude. I'll show you my fucking curveball. I could hit a few turkeys.
I got a curveball.
Yeah,
it's a 16-pounder though. I need to go get a new ball because mine's like got a little crack in the middle.
Damn, that's what you use, a 16 pounder.
It's heavy as shit.
That's fucking heavy. I use a 10 pounder,
but I use a two-handed like.
Oh, you got a two-handed toss.
Yeah, a two-handed toss is how I roll. That's how I roll.
Yeah, I do a backhand toss, and
behind the back,
behind the back with the shades on, and fucking
under
do
the legs.
A little spin under the legs.
I should have worn my shades on this podcast this time. I should next time I'm wearing shades.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes it's cool to wear shades in the house. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know why? Because it's summertime.
Dude, the bummer thing about the new place is I got to dig out the backyard is just kind of gravel. And we're gonna want to put AstroTurf in there, so I'm gonna have to get to fucking work, man.
Get to work.
I'm gonna have to take a shovel and a wheelbarrow and find a place where I can dump some gravel.
Just take it to the fucking park or something, dude.
Take it to a little hill and just take it out to the desert and just dump some gravel out in the desert.
I knew this guy, man. He was a grower, home grower.
Yeah.
And whenever he'd harvest and have to get rid of all his plants, he just like after he harvested and all like the bones of the plants and like soil and all that shit, he just throw in a black garbage bag, and he wouldn't throw it in his regular, the fucking dumpster, the regular fucking trash you put
Yeah.
in front of your house. So he like put it in a car and then just take it to the park and just throw all his shit away. So if like some
Make
random
sure to-
bum
yeah.
comes up on all this weed, it'll probably be like some little nugs or whatever. Probably come up on a little bit of weed.
Make sure he wasn't getting tagged for that.
Yeah, but that was a way he used to get rid of his waste. He'd fucking just take it to the park.
Dude,
Terrible thing to do.
You know
I don't condone it.
Another exciting thing about the new place, new house, is I'm going to put a tent in the garage, and I'm going to have your help. I'm going to have your help setting it up. We're going to set up a nice little hydroponic, aeroponic type system.
Yeah, get you a little system going. Get fucking irrigation in there.
Teach me how to do it.
Yeah, dude, I could teach you some ways.
We got the green thumb over here. He's going to teach me how to make my own weed.
Yeah, dude. Fucking growing is the best way to do it. I mean, you grow your own. You know exactly what you're putting in.
I want to get
there.
sour diesel.
All right.
Some straight sour diesel strains and some blue some blue dream. My
Blue
two
Dream.
favorite strains.
Yeah, those are good. Those are like the more sativa cerebral,
That's what I
cerebral
like.
effect.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to go watch that Stitch movie with my kid, the new live action Stitch, which looks all right. I've heard good things about it, so we're going to go watch that. Maybe I'll write a
And
joke
Disney's
about
really
it.
running out of ideas, huh?
Yeah, they're just recycling.
Just fucking recycling. Like, yo, let's make the Lion King, but fucking real version.
Yeah,
Let's make the Mermaid, but
the Lion King real version was just Lion King CGI.
it was, huh?
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Fucking
Little Mermaid sucked. I
That's-
didn't even
that-
watch the new Little Mermaid
yeah. Because why? Because
because she was black.
moving on.
This is jokes, folks. That's the funniest thing to say. And
Yeah,
is
that's
it not? That's the funniest answer.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But you think that might be the future of movies? It's just going to be CGI, AI, bull crap. Like fucking, you could just type in a prompt like, "Hey, make the next movie of fucking Bugs Life."
Bugs Life 2. Bugs Life 2.
Isn't there a Bugs Life 2?
No.
There isn't. I wouldn't be surprised if
I'm pretty sure it was just Bugs Life 1. They used to have Bugs Life Land at Disney and then they got fucking rid of it.
Damn, too many bugs.
We got some lice at Disney. Oh.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. I've been watching. Oh, you know what I have been watching with my son? Get this. I got him into Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
I don't know why I felt like you were about to say that.
Dude,
I was
it
about to say
is-
Power Rangers.
Dude, so the other night we were staying up and I was sick of watching his cartoon bullshit.
Yeah.
And he loves to fight, loves to come up and beat the shit out of me and like, hiya, hiya, gadua. And I was like, oh, you want to watch some hiya?
Yeah.
I will show you some hiya. So I put on it and he was pretty questionable at first. He like wasn't, but then I caught him like staring at the TV watching it. And he calls it Super Rangers, which is adorable.
Oh, Super Rangers.
He likes Super Rangers. See, Mama, my put on Super Rangers is what he says.
Yeah.
Might put
Go,
on-
go, Power Rangers.
It's when you watch it back to back to back to back, it's kind of annoying because like the fighting sequences and it's all the same. It's all the same song. They don't ever have a new song or anything like that. So it's all pretty.
Man, I
kinda
haven't seen
boring,
Power
but-
Rangers in so long, dude.
But
It's been
great.
a long time.
It's great for a kid who likes to fight.
Yeah, hasn't the story gone so deep that like a few Power Rangers like died and like one had a baby and then one fucking
Well,
went to Europe?
Well, I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna find out and
Yeah.
I'll report back. This
Yeah, let me
this
know.
show is gonna be called Harrison Watches Power Rangers.
No.
So I'll be reporting back on Power Rangers and how that goes.
Do they have a show on Netflix? Is there a new Power Rangers or it's just only the old?
I think
school
they
ones?
have quite a few different seasons on it. Quite a few
Yeah?
different series. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, iterations. Dude, the best Power Rangers was Space Patrol Delta. And only because of the fucking Pink Ranger was the hottest. She looked like a porn star, dude. The Pink Ranger.
For a Power Ranger?
For a Power Ranger, dude, she was. Ugh.
Fuck. What was that series called? I gotta look this up.
Space Patrol Delta.
Space Patrol Delta.
SPD. Power Rangers SPD Pink Ranger. Lemaire Lee, shout out, knows exactly what I'm talking about. That's how we and him bonded. I was like low key. Everybody thinks Kimberly hot. No, this is a blonde chick, big tits. Bam, bam, dude. She's a Pink Ranger.
Ranger.
Dude, yeah.
Banging, dude.
Yeah, pink
Fuck.
pussy ranger.
Yeah, next time we'll pull some pictures up.
Yeah. By the way, new setup. Old setup. I had another. I'm just gonna buy another little table, and I'm gonna move the soundboard and the computer right here, so we can control the shit and pull up clips.
Or maybe,
but also if you don't like clips,
this table. But
if you don't like clips, that's fine. You know, we could actually. I guess you're right. We could pull the table closer to us.
Yeah.
Burp mic.
So
The more we burp, I am going to make a compilation of all the burps that are done into the mic. So
all right, I'm really not burping this episode.
Me neither.
I haven't had a beer today. I haven't had a fucking seltzer or
Look at you, sober dober.
Sober dober right now.
Sober as a Doberman.
Wait, did I drink? I drank last night. I had a few IPAs last night.
I had a couple of margaritas. I bought some Jose Cuervo pre-made margarita.
Ooh, dude, those are dangerous, bro.
I don't really like
the pre-made ones because
they're like 9%,
super sweet, aren't they?
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
The sugar fucks me up. Not even the alcohol.
I think I'm gonna make my own. Get my own good stuff for margaritas and make some nice margaritas.
Yeah.
Instead of the pre-made stuff, just buy the stuff to make margs because I like margs. I like tequila. I like
margs every now and then. Like I think when I'm a night out with like, family or friends and shit. Tequila is like a good way to go to keep like the vibe going. Like the energy going.
That's why I like it. I'm a good drunk on tequila.
Oh yeah, and it's light
you've
too.
Been around
it's
me
not too
when
heavy
I'm
on the
drunk?
stomach. Yeah, I have been around you when you're drunk. You turn into fucking to what's that guy's name? Elvis Presley.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You just like you're like ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, dude.
I mean, because there's times where I'm like out and about bar hopping, then I get a shot of whiskey, and like after that shot of whiskey, I'm like, oh no, I want to take a nap.
Like, what did I do to myself? Tequila just gets to you, like,
dude,
shit,
let's
are
go.
we getting
tacos after this?
Yeah, let's hit El Gordo.
Tacos El Gordo.
Yeah, we need to get some good sponsors.
Oh yeah, man.
Bought my my little kids went to a birthday party today. Hooked up the kid up with some new Pokemon packs. My wife was like, "Go buy Pokemon." So I bought Pokemon specifically, like some of the brand new packs, which was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm done with those kind of hobbies. I'm done with cards and like the gambling type stuff. I think I'm just gonna buy ashtrays. I'm gonna buy uranium glass, and ashtrays. And and I already talked to my wife about in our new house. I'm gonna get a couple of glass cabinets for all my toys that I have because I have some of the original OG Mighty Morphin Power Rangers toys. So,
dude, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, I got the Street Sharks toys. I got some sick vintage toys.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, fuck paying rent. Just keep buying ashtrays.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I'm going to just be the ashtray king, man.
Ashtray, man.
And they all be used. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. So is there anything else that we got to cover? I think we covered a lot today.
I wanted to know. I want to just look in my brain over my notes. My in-laws went to that Savannah Banana basketball or baseball game. Have you heard of those guys?
Oh, Savannah Banana. Never heard of them.
Never. Yeah. They're fun. They're like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, where it's like trick plays. They have like a pitcher on stilts. Like, you know what I mean? Like they do dances out in the outfield and stuff like
Somebody's
that.
fucking balancing on a baseball bat.
Exactly. So they have all these type of tricks, and they sell out, dude. They were out playing. I think where the Angels play, and they sold out. Like they had a bunch of people there. My mother-in-law went, and so Savannah the Bananas baseball teams. That's something into. I've been watching a lot of gambling videos on YouTube. Like there's shout out Bretsky, shout out Bluff Bob.
I know Vegas Policy. That's like the only gambler I follow.
Dude, it makes me not want to play slots because a lot of these guys show their losses, and I'm like, dude, they just dumped $500 in the machine and didn't win a thing. Like that shows you that you can, put something literally nothing in.
Slots have the worst odds.
Oh, like, so bad.
Like everybody that professionally gambles would tell you that like stay away from slots. But I just personally like them. Whenever
It's
I
fun.
see a fucking buffalo or a big like golden link or whatever,
Yeah.
I like to play them. They're pretty fun. And I've won the most I won was just $100.
That's about. I'm good at turning like $5 into 100.
Yeah, same.
Yep. That's like, and then I cash out. You know what I mean? And I take my win. I'm like, bam, dude! I just got free drinks for the night.
Yep.
Or whatever, whatever it is.
And if like I play like blackjack on the slots too, I like playing that one.
Yeah, I like blackjack. I know perfect strategy. I kind of worked on counting cards for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, I have an app that teaches you how to do it, so I know how to do it. I'm just not very good at it yet because I haven't practiced in a while.
Oh, we'll practice together, and then we'll go to no, I'm
Cortez.
just kidding. Just totally fucking just out ourselves on a fucking gambling heist.
I think that's it, brother.
Hell yeah, man!
I think that's the pod. That was a good one.
That was pretty good, man.
55 minutes, man.
I'm gonna eat some barbecue now.
Once again, sponsored by Zynn World Premium CBD. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
Zynn World Hemp. Get that shit. Harry and Gizmo out.